Hello, Mr. Wilson. So you tasked me with coming up with a business plan for the service department here. So this is the plan that I believe will lead our business in the right direction. So just to give a brief introduction for this business plan, I'm going to tell you how the industry is going, where it is right now as far as Fords go, and where it is going, where Ford is going in the future. So, and with that, based on this and a couple of rules of thumb for a modern service department, I will tell you the technician numbers as well as how they're going to be operating from day to day, as well as how we're going to compensate them. And then we also need support staff to help the technicians do their jobs. So I will be listing the various support staff that we need to carry out this business plan. And then last of all, I'm going to tell the various procedures that we need for this, as well as how we are going to implement this business plan. So to start off, where the industry is as far as Fords and Lincolns go. So where the industry is now, we are dealing with a lot of direct injection, smaller displacement, and turbocharged engines, often called the EcoBoost line of engines. And there's also a lot of driver assist features that are going on, a lot of taking it out of the driver's hands if they're starting to get into a dangerous spot with their vehicle, like automatic braking assist, so it'll sense if there's a car coming up fast and will apply the brakes for the driver if the driver is distracted. And then there's also lane keeping assist, which goes back to if the driver is distracted and the vehicle is veering from one lane to the other, it'll sense that the vehicle is going into the other lane and will steer the vehicle back. And then the future demands on us in the industry is going to be the fully electrification of vehicles. They're already coming out with a concept F-150, as you already might know, and then they're also coming out, they've been coming out with hybrids, but the full electrification of vehicles is definitely going to be coming down the road. And then also fully autonomous vehicles, those are going to be coming down the road here soon. Might take a little while, but we definitely need to prepare for it as a service department. So that's where the industry is now and where it will be going. So, and then based on this and a couple of different rules of thumb, we are going to hire 3 A-level technicians, 3 B-level technicians, and 2 of C-level and D-level. So that will lay out this 10 technician format. The reason why I'm choosing these numbers the way I am is especially because of where the industry is going. You want to have those A and B level technicians, more of the A and B level technicians on staff to handle the more sophisticated electrical systems and the various diagnostic demands that the industry will put on us eventually. So, and yeah, it's basically the rule of thumb. Essentially, with a modern service department, they like to staff their techs with more of A and B level techs, and then have a couple of C and D levels just for parts changing, as well as doing oil changes, tires, simple procedures like brakes and things like that, where it's just changing parts and not so much diagnostics. So that's the reason why I went with this 10 technician layout, just to make sure our bases are covered as far as where the industry is now with diagnostics and where it is going. And then we will have the technicians working individually, not in work groups or anything like that, just to keep competitive spirit within the service department, just to keep these guys hungry and wanting to be the top technician, which will obviously result in increased productivity and increased profits for our service department. But we're also going to encourage a good team spirit. I mean, if one of the technicians needs help, obviously we want the others to help him out and get the job done if he needs it. We're definitely going to encourage that, because if we don't have a good team morale and a good spirit within the service department, it is not going to turn out well for us. So definitely want to keep a competitive spirit, but maintain a good morale at the same time. And then we will pay our technicians based on flat rate. We will start them out at $20 per hour per flat rate hour. The reason why we're going to pay the A, B, and C level technicians flat rate is to basically give them the incentive to either work hard or essentially not get a paycheck. Because with flat rate, it definitely calls for the technician to be fast and to be productive. So it will definitely increase our productivity as well as increasing our profits by them being more productive. And then what we are going to do for the D-level technicians, the technicians that are doing our tires and our oil changes and things like that, we are going to put in an hourly rate with a bonus. So what we're going to do is we're going to do $11 per hour with a $300 productivity bonus if they go at least 75 hours more than what they have worked in the month. So the reason why we're going to do this hourly with bonus format is because these technicians do not do a lot of flat rate hours. They don't do a lot of productivity with that because oil changes and tires, they don't usually take very long to do. So these technicians don't rack up a lot of flat rate hours. But if they are very productive, they will get this $300 bonus if they achieve the set amount of productivity hours that we will log if they do the productivity hours more than what they are working. So yeah, it'll still motivate productivity, but still they're definitely at a disadvantage compared to the A, B, and C level technicians. So that's why I am setting up this pay structure the way that I am. And then obviously we're going to need some support staff to deal with customers as well as deal with the office, and as well as maintaining the shop, keeping the shop clean so the technicians don't really have to worry about keeping the shop clean themselves. So the first position that we're going to need is obviously service advisors. These will be our customer representatives. They'll be dealing with the customer directly. They're technically a liaison between the technician and the customer. The service advisor lets the customer know what their vehicle needs, and then dispatches the work out to the technician once they have sold it. So, and then we also need porters as well to clean the vehicles, because obviously you would like the perk of complimentary detailing with every vehicle that is serviced. So we are going to put the porters as another position as well. So they will clean vehicles, they'll clean the shop, make sure the shop is maintained and clean, and they'll also shuttle customers if they do not want to pay for rental or things like that. So, and then we're also going to need an office manager to organize and sort the various paperwork that comes in through just the normal processes of working in a service department, just through a normal day. So, and then how we are going to staff these various positions, we're going to need 3 service advisors, 3 porters, and 1 office manager. The reason behind this is the old rule of thumb for a modern service department is you would like one service advisor and 1 porter for every 4 technicians. So definitely we need these 3 full-time positions just to make sure that we got our bases covered as far as cleaning the shop, cleaning vehicles, and then also taking care of our customers in a timely manner. So, and then how we are going to pay these support staff positions, we are going to pay the service advisors a base pay of $20 per hour, and then a $500 commission bonus if the group reaches $150,000 of sales in a month. So the reason behind this is it will create an environment to where the service advisors are upselling more, making sure that they upsell the things that the customer needs, and just obviously bringing in more and more profit for the dealership. So, and then the office manager and the porters, we're going to pay them hourly with no commission bonuses or anything like that, because they're technically not an income producing employee or position. So we're just going to pay them a base hourly rate. Office manager will be at $22 per hour, and then the porters will be at $12 per hour. And then some of the procedures that I will be putting in place as a service manager, I will be requiring the technicians to document damage on the vehicle. They are going to do a full visual inspection, full walk around the vehicle, just to keep ourselves covered from a situation where the customer might say that we possibly damaged their vehicle at some point during the service. So just to keep ourselves safe, I'm going to implement that procedure, as well as perform a full inspection and fluid top off with every vehicle, just to make sure that the customer knows where their vehicle is at, and then just making sure that their vehicle is all set for them once the service is done. So, and then we're going to have a certain procedure with rotating tires while we're doing an oil change. We are going to rotate the tires. The front tires get crisscrossed to the back, and then the back tires get pulled straight forward, just to keep a consistent rotate on these tires, because we don't want to mess up the rotation cycle and then mess with the wear patterns. So just to protect the customer's investment on their tires. So, and then if there happens to be a comeback where a technician makes a mistake and the vehicle is not fixed, that technician will be required to perform the comeback work to fix the problem without pay. For this reason, it will keep the technician accurate as it can be in his diagnosis. It will definitely be a teaching lesson, because he'll have to do work over again and not be compensated for it. So for that reason, we're going to put that procedure in place. So, and then the service advisor, I have a couple of procedures in mind for them as well. We are always going to greet the customer the same, with a hello, how are you doing, how can I help you, something like that as far as a greeting, and then sending them out the door with have a good day, or take care, or something like that, just to make sure that we send a message that we care about the customer and their needs. So, and we need to be with the service advisor. I'm going to require them to be prompt and to be straightforward and truthful with the customer, because honestly, that's the only way to be as far as dealing with customers and with customer service. Just to be prompt. As soon as information comes from the technician, they relay it right to the customer or call them right then and there, just to make sure that we're being prompt and just making sure that we're on top of things. So, and then when there's an irate customer, I'm going to require the service advisor to be as empathetic as they can, to be kind, to be compassionate with them until they can get me, and then I can take over and resolve the situation and just make it right for the customers. So those are the various procedures for the service advisor and for the technician that works in the service department. And then how I'm going to implement this plan is I'm going to hire our staff, service advisors and techs, as well as porters and office managers. They need to have previous experience, especially with the service advisors and the techs. They need to have previous experience in a Ford dealer, working with the various websites and with FMC dealer and things like that, just to make sure that we're doing the least amount of training that we need to, but just to make sure that they already have a leg up as they come into our Ford service department. So it'll definitely help us with the training process and just making sure that we get these guys trained and trained quickly. So, and then after we hire them, we are going to train them with our procedures, our guidelines, and our processes, just to make sure that we maintain consistency and we get the best results and provide the best customer service that we can possibly in our department. So, and then just to conclude, our business plan is going to ensure that we have the proper staff and the proper training for these people to give our customers the best possible service that we can, and to also consistently diagnose and properly repair these Ford vehicles that come in right now and in the future. So, and it'll definitely, above all, jumpstart our productivity and our profitability with bringing in previous techs that are already experienced and that are ready to get to work back on Ford. So, in my opinion, this business plan is the way to go, and I hope you feel the same way. So, obviously, thank you for your time, and I hope you give consideration to this business plan. Thank you.